Hello, my dear readers. It's been a long time. I even feel like it's new for me to make a video. That's how long I haven't made any videos, but that's because I was extremely busy with my astrology work and other things, like my mom came to Vilnius, so I had to go there, and then we came back here. But mainly I was really busy with astrology work because at the end of year I get orders from my existing customers for live forecasts, and they order either 6 months or 12 months live forecast, and that takes a lot of work. So now I'm only finishing off the work and I have more time, and thus I'm making this video. In this video, mainly I would like to share with you some of the most exciting developments that I ever went through. And unfortunately, because these are new spiritual developments, I am unable to speak directly about them, because the thing is, if you are doing something like, if you are spiritually developing and you are starting to talk about exactly what's happening with you, you actually may stop spiritual progress. And I know this because it happened to me before, so I'm very careful. And it's not like what I think, but many people know this. Those who are spiritually advanced, those who have spiritually developed. If you hear, that's my dog in the background. He's scratching his ear, and when he does, he makes very weird sounds. So that's not what I think, but it's just in general known in spiritual circles that if you're going through some new important spiritual development and you start talking about it, it can just pause for a long time or stop. So I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to talk about this topic in general, but then you will understand that I'm talking about it because I'm going through it. So now I always knew that I'm not the body, that we have souls and bodies are just mortal clothes that we wear whilst we are in this existence. But although I knew it and I had some experiences that were confirming it, now I know that for sure, and that's because of the out-of-body experiences and similar subjects. And people are really afraid of it, even of lucid dreaming. I wasn't even talking about out-of-body. I just made my readers aware of lucid dreaming, and I got so many comments of fearful people that lucid dreaming is very dangerous and that your body will be captured and things like this. And it's not true. Lucid dreaming is not dangerous. It's the same as dreaming. You're just conscious in the dream. And it's even worse when you talk about out of body, because people straight away say that it's extremely dangerous, but it's not. You astral project quite frequently when you sleep. You're just not aware of it. So what is it more dangerous, if you are astral projecting without awareness or with awareness? It's actually less dangerous to astral project with awareness, because you know what you're going through, you can avoid things. So actually it's less dangerous. And of course, certain people are not advised to astral project. The ones that can't control their minds and their minds are fearful, and the ones that have some mental problems. Of course, if these people, or people on drugs, for example, if these people astral project, of course, they may have really unpleasant experiences. People who don't work on themselves, who have not spiritually developed, who are not interested in personal progress, well, if they astral project, they may attract negative entities because of what their energy is. So there is no danger for people to astral project if they have worked on themselves, if they are not fearful, if they are in a positive mindset, there's nothing at all to be afraid of. So the reason astral projection is so, I wouldn't say important, it's not important for this world, but it's such an assuring thing. And that's because then you know that for sure this body is just like a suit you wear in this world, and then you just discard it. And this is so freeing, especially in these difficult times when we don't know what will happen to those people who refuse injections, who I'm also one of them. So if you are on my Telegram, I have posted a letter that seems to be legitimate about what will happen eventually to those people who refuse injections, and that's that they will be like even now media propaganda says that those people who didn't take it, they are danger to society. Well, if you took it, and so why are you afraid? You're supposed to be protected. But oh no, now it is told that those who are healthy, whose immune systems are not compromised because they refuse to take it, they are the ones who are main threats to those who took it, if you know what I mean. This is ridiculous, but people believe it. So I think what will happen, and what it was told in that letter that I have on my Telegram account, was that the media will keep promoting this view that those who refuse to take it are danger to the society. And then what will happen is that they will be quarantined according to that letter indefinitely. And also, well, you should read it. That letter is really important. But it also says that, well, most people now are in debt, but those who are not, they may get in debt because of the economic crashes that will start happening. So people will get in debt, and then the governments will promise them to pay off for them all their debts, but only if they agree to never own a thing in their entire life. So everything will be given to them for rent, and they will be put on universal income, but they will never own anything. So basically it's absolute slavery. And those people, for example, if some people who refuse to take it and they have their farms like now I do, and they don't have any debts, they may actually just be told that they are threats to the society and taken to quarantine facilities. So that may happen. We don't know this, but by 2030, this is going to be attempted to be implemented, all of this. So it's very important for people to understand that they are not bodies, because then we know this is a game. All fear falls away. Even if something happens to your body, you know that you're not it. And the best thing is that if you learn to astral project and you continue, like every day you try it and you get excellent at it, you can actually astral project even if you just sit down. And you can start leaving your body at will whenever you want, which is, in these times, I think, a good skill to learn. And even if you don't, but you just sometimes astral project, your life will totally shift. You will lose all your fears because you will know you're not the body. And so whatever happens to us, to our bodies, it's not important. It's really like a dream. You dream a dream. It's like now this reality is collective dream. And then you wake up and that dream is no longer important. And even if it was really good dream and you liked what its contents, well, after a few days, you may not even remember it. And according to the person that is really good to look into is Tom Campbell. This is what happens. Tom Campbell is a physicist, and he was exploring consciousness for maybe 40 years. He was working with Robert Monroe, so he is like the expert for out-of-body experiences, and you can see how much spiritually he is grown. Wow, what an amazing person. So that's what he tells, that when we are so attached to this world and everything, but then most people, when they die, unless they are like absolutely obsessed about something in this life, most people, they die, and after there is no really time, but after a short period of time, talking from this earth perspective, they just almost don't remember or even totally forget the earthly experience, because it was like a dream. And there are questions about it, like why then, how come we can communicate with the deceased and so forth, but it's like it would take ages to explain. So if you want to understand the perspective of Tom Campbell, I highly encourage you to watch his videos. What an amazing person. Wow, I have so much to learn from him. So this is the main development that I wanted to talk to you about, and I recommend everyone to lose fear of such things. Even if you don't want to astral project or lucid dream, losing fear is so important in this world, because if you're afraid, you will end up making mistakes. And sometimes, and again, this is the material of Tom Campbell. What an intelligent human being. He is telling that sometimes it's extremely difficult to pinpoint our fears because they hide. But if you really want to remove all the fears from your being, then it's important to look at your ego, because it will disclose whether all of us have fears, but what kind of fears you have. So whenever you get upset, whenever you verbally attack someone, whenever you are frustrated or angry, all these negative emotions, all negative emotions show fears, but they are still hidden behind the emotion. So you need to ask yourself, why are you feeling this way? And sometimes if the person's ego is strong, it will point at other people, other circumstances. I'm afraid, I'm unhappy because of that person, I'm angry because of this, because of what happened. But actually it's not true. We have to look deeper, and then if we do, we will uncover these deep fears that we hold from childhood. Usually it's because of we fear unreasonably, and this unreasonable because of what happened to us in childhood, which can be nothing to do with how the reality works. It's just we interpret it that way as children, what happened to us, and this actually gets fixated and stuck, and we start being more negative, and we react in a negative way when we shouldn't, and we don't know why. We don't even question. Well, that's because there is some kind of unreasonable fear hiding. So all these fears may arise when you start doing practices such as astral projection. So it's very important to eliminate them. And it's not only about astral projection, because if you eliminate those fears, your life will absolutely improve. Can you imagine if you fear nothing in this world? And why should we fear anything of this world? Because it's only an illusion. It's the school. Earth is school, and we are souls learning important lessons here. But we shouldn't be afraid of school. And if we transcend our fears and we act only from love, from goodness in our hearts, we have passed. We learned what we came to learn here. How amazing is that? Can you imagine just transcending all the fears? And this is much more possible if you really understand that you're not this body. And you cannot really know this for sure unless you really experience it for yourself. And when you do, wow, you will never be the same again. And shame on people who discourage others from trying this. Even especially now when many people are limited, they can't travel. And even those who are vaxxed, some of them are unable to travel. Like, look at the YouTuber Eva Zubek, and I like her content. She was 3 times vaxxed, and what happened? She was refused flight. So because of all these restrictions, some people are unable to move far. But if they learn, can you imagine if really something happens and it's a collective reality? I lost my train of thought there. I spoke too much and then I forgot what I was initially talking about. So basically what I was telling is that if something happens, like if we are indefinitely quarantined, and this indeed may take place because the majority of humanity are totally doing everything that the media suggests them to. So because this reality is collective, it's not possible to change if someone, like if the majority strongly believes in something and just like 5% or 2% don't, well, then it's most likely that this will happen. So basically, the majority is doing what the media says. So if really this happens, that those who didn't take it would be put into some quarantine facilities indefinitely, can you imagine how amazing it would be for you to have this power of astrally projecting, of leaving your body at any time? Because then even if the body is restricted, you are not restricted. You can go anywhere you want, and you can go to many more places than those who are slaves of the government can. Because if you learn this skill, you are not limited to this world. And it feels exactly like how you are in this world, but without, if for example you have some illness or you get tired, none of that applies to your astral body. So you can travel anywhere you want, you can travel however you want, you can fly if you want, you can change realities in a second. What kind of power you possess, can you imagine? So this is so amazing to learn in these restrictive times. It's so frustrating. My camera is running out of battery, so I will have to finish it here. But if I remember that I haven't mentioned certain things, I'm going to record further video. Okay, so a few other things that can help you if you're interested in astral projection are binaural beats. And also you may know that I use some herbs for lucid dreaming, and lucid dreaming actually led to astral projection. But actually those herbs, I'm not even sure if they were helpful, because I could do it with or without them. It means like that maybe there's more clarity with herbs. And I used wormwood and mugwort, and these I think give more clarity. But what other things that may be helpful to people are binaural beats. And I think a good way to proceed with that without getting addicted to those beats, although they are not harmful in any shape or form, is to listen like an hour or 30 minutes and then switch it off and then relax, and maybe you will be able to astral project even in such a way. And if not, you can just listen to binaural beats continuously, and this is very likely to lead to astral projection. And you can find binaural beats on Spotify free of charge. And the one that I used, which is extremely helpful, again, I don't encourage you to always use it, but to help you out, you can use this, but just don't get, don't think that you can only project with binaural beats because, you want to do it independently.
without anything. But the one that I really liked was extremely effective. It's called Healing Frequencies Binaural Beats. 432 hertz Indian flute, music, body, and spirit. And I'm going to somehow link it to, I think I'm able to link it or share a link to Spotify for this particular track, and it's a long one, so if you resonate with it, I encourage you to listen to it, and if not, you will find many other binaural beats for deep meditation, you should look for deep meditation, lucid dreaming, or astral projection.
That's all I wanted to share with you in this video, and I apologize that I haven't posted in a while, but yeah, I was really busy, and I hope that now you are updated with what I was going through, what I'm going through now. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take care.